I like to throw our company out there. I like to throw out that it's a family business and we've been around almost 100 years. I'm excited to talk about that. This year is actually my 20th year. Gosh, it was so long ago. It was different. Everything was on a much smaller, simple scale. We didn't offer near as many products as we do now. Not near as many employees or even customers for that matter, but we've grown and we're doing well.
I'm heavily involved with the Michigan Department of Transportation. We sell a lot of modular block retaining walls for use in highways. It's a great system because it uses the Earth's own mass to hold itself back rather than traditional means used to tons of steel and tons of concrete. We use GeoGrid, which is synthetic plastic material, and it ties the wall back and uses the Earth's own mass to hold itself back, thereby saving a huge amount of money and actually producing a better, more durable structure.
So when I was a kid, I remember taking rides around the yard with my dad in the high-low, and it was pretty surreal that a couple weeks ago I actually took my own son out on the high-low, and it was just cool to kind of remember back in the day when my dad would take me around, and now I'm doing it with my kids, so that's pretty cool.
Welcome back, folks. This is the Hire It Done radio show. My name's Adam Helfman. You're listening to 97.1 The Ticket. #1 sports station, #1 home improvement show. Can't get better than that, right? And joining me in the Hire It Done studio is the #1 brick paving company in America. Fent Builder Supply. Good morning to Nikki Bierman.
Good morning.
How are you today?
Good, how are you?
I am so good, I don't know what to do with myself. I am so happy you guys are here, and I appreciate you guys coming in.
Yeah, we're excited.
Yeah, Steve Fendt.
Good morning.
How are you, my friend?
I'm good.
Thanks for coming in. And Kurt Weber.
Hello.
How are you, my friend?
Very good, thanks.
So, Kurt, let's start with you.
Okay.
Since you and I just met for the first time.
Yes.
And out in the hallway, you're like, yeah. I'm like, so what do you do? And you're like, tell everyone what you do. I'm like astounded by this.
I sell mainly the modular block retaining wall systems, primarily Keystone retaining wall systems.
Which you see on the side of highways sometimes.
See them all over the place because they're a real great way to hold back the earth.
And it's cool. The product is really cool.
Yeah. Traditionally, they use a lot of steel and concrete and huge, massive amounts to hold back the earth. Our products use the Earth's own mass to hold itself back.
Which is an engineering marvel as far as I'm concerned.
Indeed.
How long you been with Fent?
30 years.
Holy moly. That's a long time.
Yes, it is.
So what do you like about Fent?
Oh, I just love the family company, family atmosphere. Alan is just the greatest boss in the world. He really loves his people. He takes care of them.
You know, that's funny. A lot of times when Hire Done meets contractors, what we do is we always go out and visit. We see the company. We interview employees. Mm-hmm. And believe it or not, in my opinion, from being around, company culture means a lot. And it comes from the top down. So, Steve Fendt, let me ask you, because your dad is Alan.
Yep.
Okay. And Nikki, that's your dad as well, right?
Yes.
Okay. So you guys work in the family business. How long have you guys been working there? Since you've been kids?
Yep.
Yeah, 20 years for me this year.
Wow. I hope you got a pension.
Yeah.
See, that's the best thing. When you're family, there's no pension. It's like you got perks.
Right.
It starts with a P, but you don't get it. So let me ask Nikki, this year, did you have a good year so far?
We are having an awesome year.
Right? And people are still like, my landscapers, and they all buy from you guys, they're still going strong. They're like ordering material, used to fall slows down a little. They're going strong, and from what I understand, and I talked to Jared from Fresh Cut and the guys from All Brick, they're like, yeah, we're going to go as far into the season as the weather will let them. So you can install brick pavers when it gets colder out. Isn't that correct?
Yeah,
Absolutely.
definitely.
Yep. As long as it's not frozen.
Right, exactly. So again, we got to go till when it doesn't get freezing. And in Michigan, we just never know. So let's talk about the actual product, okay? The brick paver, and I know Fent supplies other products, brick, or block as well. But let's talk about brick pavers because that's the most popular product here in Michigan for when you're doing some exotic landscaping. And I always say to people, and it's kind of cliche a little bit, but it's true. The best brick paver is the one that's installed properly, right? Because people go in their backyard and it's 2 years later and it looks like a roller coaster and there's weeds growing through it. So that has nothing to do with the brick paver, am I right?
You're absolutely right.
So let's go to how a brick paver is made. We have a video that we've done together. which is really cool. Thank you guys for participating with us. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, we did too.
Yeah, it was fun making it, wasn't it?
Yeah. I was
So,
nervous.
and Steve, I'll ask you this. So your brick pavers, how, in our video, obviously it shows how they're made, but give the listening audience just a quick synopsis of how they're made.
Well, like you said, the video really does it justice, but basically you have all your raw materials, your aggregates, your concrete, your colors, and those will get mixed up through a formulated batch that we've created, and they'll actually get dropped in the machine, and then layer by layer of a cube they'll get produced, and it'll actually stack up a cube and get pushed out, and that's when we'll wrap it up and label it and put it in the yard. So,
and if it's installed right, the brick paver has a lifetime expectancy. Like it lasts a lifetime, right?
Yep.
They don't like fall. I've never seen a brick paver like crumbling or cracked or broken. If they're installed properly, then you're fine. Now, is there a written installation guide for brick pavers? Because I know like things evolve. Like roofing today is different than it was 10 years ago. And with brick paving, has things changed at all, or?
Yeah, somewhat. The beauty of it is every contractor has their niche and their way to do it,
Sure.
which is great because it gives them their own pride in their job. But there are industry standards as far as the bedding sand, the thickness. There are a lot of different types of fill sands you can use. But the beauty of it is we want to be good at making the product, and we have good contractors that can install it and make sure it holds up for you. So
Yeah, and it's funny. When I talk about roofing, I talk about windows, and I talk about a lot of products, I say to the homeowner, listen, the best contractor is going to give you the best product. He's not going to buy a cheap product or one that's second rate and say, oh, yeah, Mrs. Jones, you're going to be okay. It doesn't work that way. But at the same time, the best product, if a bad contractor or a one that doesn't know what they're doing puts it in, they're going to ruin it. You could take $1,000 wood window, triple pane, low E, argon, blah, 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 and install it wrong. It's worthless. Mm-hmm. Same thing with a brick paver. It must be installed properly.
Yep.
And so like at Higher Tunnel, what we do is because we have a whole bunch of landscapers and exterior contractors, we always ask them what products you're using. Fent is at the top of the list every time. And that's what we like because we're like, okay, here's a common thread. Better quality product, better contractor. There's something there, which is good. High fives to you guys because your product is better. So Nikki, let me ask you a question. What makes Fent products better? Is it in the technology? Is it the customer service, or is it a little bit of everything?
I think it's a little bit of everything. We have a high quality product that we're always looking to improve and running special tests on, and customer service, that's for sure our number one.
Yeah, and I want to make a little point about that. So when we were filming a video at your place, and we were in Ann Arbor and in Farmington, we saw trucks coming in and out. Landscapers with their trailers picking up cubes, big delivery trucks from you guys going out for distribution all day long while we were there. And then when we were filming in your little office area, the contractors were coming in, everyone by first name. Hey, how's it going? How are you? What's going on? What can we do for you? And then I noticed homeowners. You guys have some homeowners that come in too.
Yeah, we do.
And so that's amazing to me to see how much traffic was coming through there. And this is during the week, folks. I'm assuming on the weekends you probably get, I don't know, because the contractors can come in your shop and pick stuff up on the weekend,
Yeah,
right?
we get a lot of
we have
homeowners
Saturday
too
hours.
on the weekends.
Yeah, I was going to say, because it must get crazy. So I just thought, because I thought I was distracting you guys when we came there, but they were coming in and out like a flow. There was no disruptions. People were handling stuff like it was no big deal, like a worker bee, I was loving that. And I'm like, for me, it's an observation, of what's going on. And the phone was ringing. We were out in the plant. So it's good to know, and, high fives and kudos to you guys because of that, which means good, because a lot of homeowners, they don't know what to do. They think, oh, one brick paver is different than another, and you got to be careful. So besides, and you have two locations, one in Ann Arbor
Yes.
and one in Farmington.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you'd rather have the homeowners go to Farmington, is that? Or
No, Ann Arbor.
Because Ann Arbor has the more selections, or?
Well, we don't
better for-
sell retail out of Farmington.
Oh, okay. That's just a
Yeah.
distribution hub.
Mm-hmm.
I got it. I wasn't sure. So the website, folks, to check out Fent, which is really cool, is fentproducts.com, and Fent is spelled F-E-N-D like David, T like Tom, products, fentproducts.com. How long you guys been around, Nikki?
Almost 100 years, since 1924.
Wow. Wow. So can we like have a 100-year party soon?
Heck yeah.
I mean, I'm ready. I'm down
think
for
it's
that.
in the plan.
We are too. We're going to start working on that.
In the beginning stages.
Yeah. I want to, like, let's do a Fent party.
All right.
For sure.
And and here's another point of interest, folks, that I observed. Most people aren't going to. Your whole lot in the Ann Arbor location is all brick pavers.
Yes.
And I'm watching 18-wheelers pull in and pull out, doing U-turns. When a car turns or a big truck turns, that's when the pressure gets pushed down on it. Your lot is in perfect shape. So that's a testament to that, because...
And those have been in 30 years, very close to 30 years. Those were done.
And you would know.
It's a good selling point, for
Right?
sure.
It's totally a good selling point. Now, welcome back, folks. This is Hire It Done. My name's Adam Helfman. Great Saturday morning. In fact, it's the last Saturday of the summer. Oy.
Ooh, that's sad.
I know, right? Back in studio with me is Nikki Bierman from Fent. Good morning.
Good morning.
Steve Fendt
Good morning.
and Kurt Weber. Good morning.
Hello.
So let's talk about popular brick pavers. Now, original brick paver was what was the original brick paver? It was like a size, look like a brick?
4x8.
4x8. Okay. But then someone decided, let's go 4x4, different sizes. And when did those different sizes come in?
Probably, what, the 80s?
Early 80s.
Yeah, they've
Early
been
80s.
around for a while.
So someone had a disco ball and it dropped on the floor. And it was like a different size. Like, hey, I can make a brick paver like that.
Right?
So now today, and Nikki, let me ask you, how many styles or sizes that you have that are available from Fent?
We probably have maybe eight or so different styles, probably 6 to 7 different sizes.
Okay, so there's a pretty good selection.
Yeah, there's a lot of options.
And all that's on the website?
Yes.
Okay,
yep.
so the website again is fentproducts.com, and you can spell Fent, F-E-N-D like David, T like Tom, products.com. And so obviously you guys are, you see the trends, right?
Yeah.
So this year, can you give me like the top popular brick paver? Was it a regular square? Was it a tumbled? Is it a...
Probably our Harbor Stone or Holland series, which is 2 different series that are 3 different sizes each.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Now, can you mix and match now? Can you do like a 4x8 and a 4x4 and then
Sure.
That's,
and create a pattern?
Yep.
Sure.
Well, that's kind of cool. So have you, well, I better ask Kurt this because you've been around 30 years now.
Oh.
Kurt, have you seen the technology change? Have you seen like the way the manufacturer's changing, or is there anything that has been invented that's now becoming popular?
Many of our competition have gone to much larger machines, much higher productivity machines, and we're still a little family operation concentrating on high quality. So you do see that they make generally a product that is not up to our standards.
Right. Make
Because
more, but just a
make
little bit less.
more with
The
less-
homeowners won't notice it's a little bit thinner,
Bingo.
less strength, things like that.
Correct.
Now, what about brick pavers? When you put them together, they use like a polymeric sand. Do you guys endorse that? Is that something that you need to use, or?
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
And what is the polymeric sand? It like locks them together a little bit.
Yeah, it looks like sand when you pull it out of the bag, and you'll sweep it into the joints and clean it off the tops of the pavers, that's a very important step. But basically, then you'll wet it down, and after it dries out, it hardens, and it keeps the sand from blowing out or.
Okay, so it locks them together too.
Locks them together.
And then what about like water runoff and stuff? Do they make a paver that's like actually water absorbing, or?
You want me to take that one?
Yeah, go ahead, Kurt.
Okay.
Let's hear that.
Yeah, there's this great thing called permeable interlocking concrete paving. It's called PICP. And the ICPI, which is our trade organization, the Interlocking Concrete Paver Institute, has been real instrumental in promoting this. And it's getting bigger and bigger because basically you can do parking lots with them. They're durable for years and years, yet there's no need to use detention ponds and devote so much space to
Water runoff.
retention
So
of
they'll
water.
absorb the water.
The water goes right through them like you wouldn't believe.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Now, can you use it in residential too, or?
Absolutely.
Oh, and you guys make those?
Yes, we do.
Ooh, I like that. Well, there you go. So there's something to take a look at. The PIC.
The PIC, ICPI is
Oh.
the trade organization, Interlocking Concrete Paver Institute.
But the one that the paver, what's it called? That
PICP, Permeable Interlocking Concrete Paving.
PICP.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's going to be very big.
So it's
Because,
growing.
Yeah, there's such thing as porous asphalt and porous concrete.
Yeah.
But you can understand in Michigan why that would not be durable, because to make it porous, they take out some of the bigger aggregates and just make it like
And then if the
a
water
matrix.
freezes, though, it pops.
Bingo, exactly.
Yours won't.
Ours won't, because the wearing surface is just our normal concrete. Which
Can we make highways out of that?
absolutely you could. I think
A little expensive.
it would get a little expensive, and as well as the chatter of the pavers themselves at high speeds probably wouldn't be ideal.
I'd like to try it.
Yeah,
Can't be any
I
worse.
would too.
Look at what we have now. It's
Yeah.
unbelievable.
Yeah, it'd be better than what we have now, that's for sure.
Okay, so let me ask you a question. So, you guys, you have people come in ever and say, "Oh, my brick pavers look cloudy." Is it from sealing it the wrong way, or?
Could be a lot of explanations. There's the polymeric haze or sand haze, like we were just talking with the polymeric sand. If the installation isn't right, sometimes you can get a haze over top the pavers like that. There's also a byproduct, I guess, of the paver curing process or concrete curing process that it's called efflorescence. That can leave like a white look to it, but once it goes through, it'll eventually disappear. It's just part of the curing process.
Okay, so is there any maintenance that you recommend someone has on their brick pavers? Let's say I have a walkway in my backyard and it's 8, 9, 10 years old now. Looks good. I got a couple spots with some moss growing in between a few of them, and I'm thinking, all right, I got to do something. But besides sweeping it off and power washing it every couple of years, is there anything else you need to do?
Well,
Not really.
you don't have to. The beauty of it is if you wanted to, unlike a concrete poured pad, I mean, you could pull those pavers up if the base was needing some work, pull the pavers up, redo the base, and put those pavers back down. You don't have to replace the pavers, which is nice. But, power washing, sealing it every couple of years, that's all stuff we see customers do, but it's up to you. I mean, you could let it sit too if you want.
Well, and that's the best part. So what about brick pavers that are 30 years old? They look great, right? And the homeowner wants to reuse them. No problem taking them out, putting a new base.
No, not at all.
Okay. Now, the installation of them, back to that is what we were talking about. I always tell homeowners for a walkway, you need 4 to 6 inches of 21 AA, and then either a 2-inch base of compacted slag or sand. Now, do they use slag anymore? Or are they
getting away from it.
They are getting away from
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
It
We
doesn't
have
have
slag
the-
here because it was part of from one of those companies, right?
A lot of contractors kind of cut their teeth using slag, and it does work. The problem is that over time it seals up and doesn't carry water anymore. It's
Oh.
also for vehicular jobs. It tends to not be hard enough, and the pavers tend to settle.
Okay, so that's the evolution of the learning curve. So instead of that, they use sand,
2NS, right?
2NS.
Yep,
Okay,
sharp
so
sand.
so that, and then they compact that.
Generally, you compact the bricks just into that 1 inch of 2NS.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
And then that makes it solid base, and there you go.
Correct.
And then you're off to run.
Yes.
Okay, well that's cool. Now, do you recommend if someone wants to use it for a driveway to use a different base?
Yes, absolutely. You want to strengthen that base to be 8 to 12 inches minimum of the 21 AA.
Okay, so that thick on a driveway.
Yes, sir.
Okay, well then that's okay. And that's the way it should be done properly.
That's the way all driveways should be done.
A homeowner doesn't know if it's done wrong until about 2 years later.
Yep.
And that's when you get that, oh boy. I was talking to like the guys from All Brick. We're the guys,
Yeah.
he's talked to me and I've asked them both, and they're great guys, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I said to him, well, how do you know if it's not? He goes, it usually 2 years, or even sometimes as soon as a year.
Right.
If we have severe weather, you're like, wait a minute, this is not supposed to happen. And that's the other thing. Now that there's been so many brick pavers made in the past 20 years, maintenance and repair or redos is starting to be a little bit of a business. And you know what? It's almost, I look at the cost of both of that. So if someone wants brand new brick pavers, it's going to be X. If they want to reuse and rehab what they have, it's X minus Y, but it's real close.
Right.
It's like you're not saving 50%.
No.
You might save 10, 20%.
Right.
So if you're going to spend $20,000 on a brand new brick paver, paradise,
Right.
you might, be saving, you might be paying $16,000 to reuse stuff. So it's not that much of a savings, but who knows for sure.
Right.
So one of the things that I like and like to promote at Hire It Done is anything Michigan made. And so, Fent, you guys are Michigan born, raised forever. I mean, we're almost at 100 years, right, Nikki?
Yeah.
But the other thing is your products, you're a Michigan-made family, Michigan-owned. You even source your products that make the brick pavers from Michigan.
Yes.
Absolutely.
That's, that's like, let's give radio high fives for that. Right?
Yeah.
Because it's rare that happens. And you guys have competed against the big guys. And I think you've done well. In fact, I consider you a leader in the industry. So I want to thank you guys for coming in.
Yeah, thank you for having us.
It goes fast, doesn't it?
It does.
Yeah, so can we do this again soon?
Yeah, for sure.
All right, well, give a big hello to your dad.
We will.
All right. Don't
Thank
forget,
you.
folks, Fent products. You want more information, go to hireitdone.com as well. We're going to take a quick break, folks, and we're going to come back. We're going to talk about liquid rubber siding. I said it. Liquid rubber siding. Learn more when we come back. I'm Adam Helfman. You're listening. Hire It Done on 97.1 The Ticket.